How we doing? What's up? What's up? Yeah, we're jamming. We're jamming. We're jamming. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. What's up? It's your own personal kin here, the Lizard King. That's right. That's right. Here I am. We are less than 2 weeks now away from Barbenheimer. And y'all knew that if I was going to do a stream talking about it, I was going to go all out. A little bit of info on this here get up. I called Rudy, as you see Rudy in the chat right now. I called Rudy while I was at Party City. I needed fashion advice. And so I got the fashion advice. I have dropped a link onto Patreon. If you're a patron, you can come onto the show. We'll talk about Barbie. We'll talk about Oppenheimer. We'll talk about Barbenheimer. We'll talk about Insidious. I'll give you guys a little update on The Exorcist Believer. It's Saturday night live from New York City. Actually, this is Dayton, Ohio. But we're here. We're here now. As you guys might be able to tell, too, you're like, oh, my God, Nick, you're using your microphone and your webcam, and it's not your phone. And, oh, my God, it's so crisp and it's so clean, and I just can't help myself. That's correct. Here I am. Oppenheimer hat. Got my nice little suit jacket thingy. My beads. Rudy, don't make a beads joke. Or you can. That's fine. Pink sunglasses and my pink fishnets. Yes. Oh, Rudy. Well, we've already got somebody in here. Katrina, who is a patron. I'm going to bring you in here, Katrina. It looks like you're just using audio. That's totally fine. I actually encourage Rudy to do the same thing. I know he doesn't like to do video. So anybody, if you're a patron, the link is on Patreon. Come in here. Let's do it. Let's bring Katrina in here. Hello, hey. Katrina.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm good. I just finished doing loads of dishes and the usual and all that good stuff for family stuff, but I'm good. I went to see Insidious last night.
What'd you think?
It was definitely a slow burn. There was a couple of jump scares in the beginning that got me. The rest of the movie, nothing really got me. I did enjoy the story. I was to the point of, can we hurry up and get to some good stuff here? And it did, but it didn't quite hit my expectations. But, I feel bad because a lot of stuff doesn't these days much.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I've seen so much horror. I've watched it all my life. I'm 48 years old, so it's really hard to get me now, which is kind of a bummer because I want to be scared. I've just seen
Don't
so
we
much.
all? Don't we
Yeah,
all? I
yeah,
said the
yeah.
same thing. I said the same thing. I can almost not hold it against the movie because after
Mhm,
the first time, the novelty kind of wears off. So it's not really the movie's fault.
mhm.
It was a solid movie. I thought it had a great story. I thought it had
It was.
some
Yeah.
of the best acting, if not the best, in the series.
Yes.
And I thought it tied a nice bow on the Lambert family. I just wanted to be scared. And
Yeah.
I wanted it to feel a little bit more Insidious, but overall it was fine. I saw, I don't know if you watch Drum Dum's videos, Lee's a good friend of mine. He tore it apart and I was disappointed that he hated it so much. Cause
Oh.
yeah,
See, I didn't hate it. It wasn't like blow me over, but it was not bad. I've seen way 1,000 times worse. It was not bad at all. It wasn't what I was expected, I guess. I don't know. It just didn't hit me. I told my husband that when I got home. I was like, "It would." He goes, "Well, at least you had a good time with your friend." I was like, "Yeah, I guess so," but it just wasn't all that. So,
yeah, yeah. Well, hey, I'm glad you were able to go see it and I'm glad you didn't hate it. But I guess while I got you, I'm going to ask you, and by the way, guys, I just want to say, again, if you're a patron of mine, I dropped the link. I'm also going to let you know, everyone, I'm going to end up dropping the link in StreamYard or in the live chat soon. I wanted to give patrons, first chance to come on and chat for a little bit. But if you guys are just watching and you're not a patron, I'll drop the link in StreamYard. God, why do I keep saying that? In the live chat, and you guys will be able to hop in if you want to in a little bit. But Katrina, I got to ask you, Barbie, are you going to see Barbie?
the only reason the only reason I want to see that is because of I can't
Is
think
it
of
Gosling?
well, him a little. I mean, he's not really my type as much, but I do like his acting. But it's more for the girl that played Harley, which Margot Robbie, right?
Robbie.
I want to see it just for her because I love her. But the whole Barbie thing, I'm like, oh, I don't know. But I'll probably see it. I'll probably go see it.
Good. And then what about Oppenheimer?
Now, I'm not sure what that is. My best friend was trying to tell me about yet. What is that? I haven't looked into that.
Oppenheimer is about the creator of the atom bomb. It is a Christopher Nolan film, and I'm pretty sure it's going to detail all the way up from the creation to the actual launch of the A bomb.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Is it more like, okay, is that the one with Tom Hanks or no? Or am I
No,
thinking
I don't actually. I don't know. I know that Matt Damon's in it. Cillian Murphy's in it. Josh Peck's in it. It's got a great cast.
Okay, so this is not like because I love documentaries. Any documentary, I'll freaking watch it.
No, it's a historical movie. It's a historical movie, yes, but no, it's not going to be like documentary format.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that's something I'm into. I'll wait and see what other people have to say, and I'll decide from there. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to see both the same day with my Barbenheimer shirt that I ordered yesterday. It will be here next week. It is half pink and it says Barb, and then the other half is black and it says Inheimer. I will be there. I'll wear the top hat. I'll wear the glasses, guy. I'll wear it all, guys. You'll see photos on social media. I'll spend 5 hours at the theater to watch both movies back to back because if I'm going to do it, I got to do it right. So, but yeah, you got to see Barbie. You have to see Barbie.
I will. I'm definitely good. Just mainly for Margot Robbie. I think it's going to be cute. I'm trying to get back into I watch so much horror and I'm trying to get out of that just a bit. So yeah, I need to start watching some different stuff. I've been trying. I'll get there.
And look, I just think that Barbie's one of those movies that's going to be an event. Like every now and then a movie comes along that everyone is going to go see. I never, ever played with a Barbie in my life. I'm still going to go see this movie. Okay.
I
It
think
looks
it might be
fun.
cute. I watched
Yeah.
the trailer and it's like, oh no, all these things aren't happening. We're not walking on our toes anymore. And I was like, okay, I may have to watch that because
Yeah.
that looks kind of funny. So
Oh, and Akeem says he's going to watch an early screening of Barbie tomorrow night. Akeem, after you see it, message me on Instagram. Tell me how it is, unfiltered. Okay. I want to know what you think of Barbie. But yeah, Katrina, while I got you, did you have any questions for me?
oh, I can't think of any right now. I'm still in kid mode. I'm trying to come out of that to enjoy the
You're good. You're good.
conversation. Yeah. Oh, how was your July 4th? Do you have a nice 4th?
I didn't actually do anything for it. I went with the day before. My son and I watched some fireworks and kind of went to the park, enjoyed some nice weather outside. But I didn't need to go anywhere for the 4th
Yeah.
because my street was like World War III. So I had plenty of fireworks right above my house.
Oh, gotcha.
But it was good. You know, it was fine. It was
Okay.
enjoyable. How was your 4th?
Um, well, my son, he's 10 and he's autistic, so those type of things he doesn't really go to. They have a big July 4th celebration downtown, but it's way too many people, so he just doesn't do it. Now, I did take my teen. At least my teen got to enjoy it. I think next year I'm going to maybe because my husband, he's a tiny bit more of a homebody than I am, and it kind of works because sometimes I need to get away and do my thing some, and so I can be a better mama when I get home. I go to a lot of horror conventions and the movies with my girlfriends, and that's my mean time. So, but I took my teenager downtown to enjoy the fireworks. I was a little bummed I didn't get to see them. We live out in the country. There were a lot of people popping them off around our home in the neighborhood, but there's too many trees, so you can't really see them. So I was a little bummed. I told my husband maybe I'll take Jess, my teenager, she's 17. Maybe I'll just take her next year and you stay with John. My husband's like, that's fine with me. So yeah, but we just stayed home. We didn't do too much. So
Well, hey, it's always nice to have a relaxing 4th. So,
yeah,
well, awesome. I appreciate you calling in. I hope you'll watch the rest of the show. I'm going to try to get some
I will.
people in here as the night goes on,
Yeah.
but I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut down my mic. I gotta take care of some stuff now, but I will be listening. And I know you want to talk to other people, but I appreciate everything you do. I watch all your reviews, and it was so funny. I went to see Insidious, and I was like, I felt the same way he did. So, and
Hell yeah.
CHH, I watch him too. So I have a lot of reviewers I watch, not just YouTube, but I always try to listen, especially if it's non-spoiler. Just see, is this going to be worth it to go to the movies? And most of the time I have a good time, but yeah, Insidious. Maybe they'll put out a new one with some different families. That'll be good. But
Yep.
I'll let you go. It's nice talking to you.
Hey, you too. And thanks for being a patron. Thanks for being here. Have a good rest of your evening. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. It might get wild.
Oh, I'm down. All right, cool. All right,
right.
we'll talk to you later.
See you,
Bye-bye.
Katrina. All right, guys. That's the first one to call in to take part in the Barbenheimer countdown stream. Guys, I want to let you know after Barbie and Oppenheimer come out, I will do a stream where we're going to talk all about it. And I'm going to get something together with the guys. This was really last minute for me. Christian is working this weekend. He's on weekends this week, so he couldn't come on tonight. Movie Watch Daily had to work tonight. Lee is doing a stream tomorrow, so he was booked this weekend. And so, yeah, it just didn't line up. But I was like, I'm still going to stream whatever. But after the movies come out, we're going to get a group of people together and we're going to talk about this. Everybody that's in here, again, hello. I don't mean for you guys to think that I'm not noticing you. Ben, what's up, my dude? Blu-ray Addict, Film Positive, J-Dev, Christina, Akeem, T. Parker, Rudy, Colby. Let's see who else. Nightmare Films, Nathan, Mark, my brother. Mark sent me Silent Hill on Blu-ray. I put it up on my shelf. I was just looking for it. It's on my shelf. I'm going to watch that this weekend. The Original Fuzz, what's up, Alex, Josh? How we doing, everybody? Did I miss anyone? If I missed someone. Kevin. Oh, okay. I know We Watched a Movie is streaming right now, too. So I'm sure, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going. So people can come in as the night goes on. I want to know, to you guys in the live chat right now, are you going to, if I drop the link, would any of you want to potentially like call in and come on, or, video or audio? Let me know. Let me know, because I'm probably going to go hour and a half, 2 hours tonight. I've got nothing to do tonight. I don't have my son tonight. So it's going to get wild. The more people that come in, the better chance there is for what Rudy said, tips for nips. I mean, who knows? We don't know what's going to happen. Who can say? But I want to know if you guys want to be a part of this. Let me know. I'll shoot the link in there, and y'all can come my way. So yeah, guys, Barbie, Oppenheimer, 2 weeks. Again, never touched a Barbie in my entire life. Never. I never have. And I'm so looking forward to this. I got to tell you guys this funny story. When I went to Party City tonight and I grabbed these items to purchase, and I went to the counter and I put them on the counter, and the girl at the register put her hand over her mouth and went, "Oh my God, Barbenheimer. I'm so excited, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, you get it. You get it. I told her I was going to be streaming on YouTube. So, mystery girl, if you're watching, your items went to good use. Here I am as the Ken version of myself. Oh, and we got another one. Holy Miss Moly, we got a live one. Who is it? Who is calling in? Who's calling in to be on the show? It's none other than Rudy. Rudy.
Am I on this thing now?
Yeah, okay. Oh, you're on.
I wasn't sure. I had to make sure.
You're on. Hello, Rudy. The people want to hear from you.
Do they?
Yes. Do you guys want to hear from Rudy?
Let's hope so.
What's going on, Rudy?
I am. Well, I just finished watching the first episode of Silo on Apple TV Plus. I heard good things, so I wanted to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I finished my dinner, which you called me when I was eating it earlier.
I did.
It was fine. Yeah.
Good.
Yes, I'm glad you ordered your Barbenheimer shirt. I'm excited to watch Barbie. I'm not going to Oppenheimer, at least not for a few weeks. It's like super long.
Rudy.
Hey, I went and saw Tenet. That was one of the movies that I saw like when the pandemic was pulling back and we were allowed to go to theaters. Or was one of the last ones I saw. Tenet was super confusing. I liked it, but I still don't understand it. And I watched like 4 times. I've
never seen Tenet, but I heard it was super confusing. So
it is. But yeah. Robert Pattinson was really great in it. I mean, the people were great. It's just super confusing. I'm pretty sure the story is probably easier to follow. But
Dylan, I see you in the green room, my brother. Give me just a sec, buddy.
I'm looking forward to Barbie for sure. It looks fun.
Yes. No, I know, Rudy. But did you get a Barbenheimer shirt?
I have not, but I'm inspired to.
You have to. But if you're getting the shirt, you have to see Oppenheimer.
See, that's the thing. So now I have to say that if that's the case, then maybe I won't get the shirt.
Well, that doesn't mean you have to see it the same day.
No, I mean, I have a Regal pass, so I'll see it eventually, but I probably won't see it the first day. I have to make sure I have enough time. It's like 3 hours plus trailers and all the other stuff. So that's a long commitment.
It is exactly 3 hours long.
I can't commit to some person for more than an hour at most time. So yeah, 3.5 hours, 4 hours. Damn, that's like 2 years in gay time.
There you go. You guys are getting a peek into Rudy's life right now. It is very true. Rudy is not lying. You're gonna.
I am going out tonight to see both guys. Not that I'm seeing both guys. Just hang out with both.
Rudy.
It's not like that. One's at one place. I'm gonna hang out with my girlfriend. She wants to say hi, and then we're gonna go to the other place. I'm gonna say hi to the other guy there. It's not as salacious as it sounds. It's not.
It better not be.
It's not.
It better not be.
It sounds more salacious with the details left out, but yes. But I saw him on Thursday. I told him I would see him on Saturday again, so it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I hope you have fun tonight. Don't get in trouble.
I never get in trouble. Come on, I got bail money if I do.
Okay, I have the money too, so I got a bonus at work. So if you need help, just let me know. I'll come bail you out.
Oh, thanks, sir. Thanks so much. Well, but before I go, I liked Insidious. I liked it a little bit more than you.
Yes. I gave it 3.5. You gave it 4. We weren't far.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, it's like it was a good ending to their story, like I've said, and people have said. It wasn't scary, but it takes a lot to scare horror fans. And I wasn't going in expecting it to be better than the original. Original was the best one. It was a little slow at the beginning, but it was a nice story. I liked it. Cast was great. I liked the college friend. She was hilarious.
She was.
And Dalton grew up. He was a good actor. So
yeah. I agree with everything you said, Rudy. I do.
Did you stay for the after credit scene?
Yeah, and I was mad that I did.
I know. Sammy told me to stay. He's like, watch it, and I waited. I'm like, that's it. All right, whatever. I thought I'd see a little bit more. But.
Yeah, the ushers came into the theater, and I was the only one there because I had Googled and it said there was one, and they like looked up, and I was like, it says there's a scene, and they were like, oh. So
yeah, my ushers were waiting outside the theater. They knew, but
well, I'm glad you liked it, Rudy. Have fun tonight.
Well, I will have fun. Nice outfit, by the way, and everybody leave a like on the stream when you get a chance.
Send in tips for nips.
I'll send a tip in right now. All right.
All right, Rudy. Oh my God, he disappeared. He disappeared on me. He didn't even say bye. Well, we got a longtime listener to the You Need a Horror podcast. I think he found me through Christian, but he's been a super badass supportive dude since he found my little rinky dink channel. So I'm gonna bring him on here. Dylan DeJesus.
What up, man? How you doing, dude?
I'm living life. Look at me. I'm
good to hear, man.
Yeah, I'm Oppenheimer and Barbie all in one. How are you doing?
That's a Saturday night outfit if I've ever seen one, man.
How you doing?
Good, man. I'm doing good. I just got back not long ago from a little date night with the wife. We saw the Jennifer Lawrence movie.
Oh, No Hard Feelings. Was it funny?
Solid, man. For just a fun little, it's not really a rom-com, but kind of just a fun little comedy, something you could see with the wife. Solid, man. Nothing crazy, but solid.
I heard it was pretty raunchy. Is it raunchy?
Yeah. It's I like it plays into, obviously, Jennifer Lawrence was involved in everything years back. So there's a nude scene, and it's really tasteful the way that she decided to do a nude scene. She ends up whipping people's ass on the beach, basically, as a spoiler, while nude, which is hilarious. So,
oh my God. Hey, I don't mean to derail this, and I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable.
After dark, right?
Yes, but Rudy gives the $9.99 and says, "Show the nips." Are y'all ready? Woo! There you go, Rudy. $9.99. Hopefully, well spent. Take your screenshot. Put it in the spank bank, brother.
There you go.
I'm getting raunchy as hell. We were talking about No Hard Feelings, so I'm allowed to be raunchy. I thank you, Rudy. Thank you for calling in. I love you, my friend. Thank you. Very generous of you. But Dylan, let me ask, because Christian and I, we've talked about this before. My headphones have fallen down because this damn hat. Christian and I have talked about this before. You have a very large social media presence. Why don't you tell the people what it is exactly that you do? Like, I know I'm interested. How did a guy with like over 100K, you got a big following. How the hell did you come across our little podcast?
Yes. So the way that you guys have talked about your love for movies forever and collecting and all this stuff, it's been really cool to hear your stories. But for me, I wasn't necessarily a movie collector or anything. I was really into sneakers since I was younger. So I've just, the way that you guys collect, have movie rooms and all that, that's been me having a sneaker room and sneaker collection. So when I went to college, I actually went for architecture. Was 50 million times harder than I expected. Took some painting classes and said, I'm going to go ahead and throw some paint on some shoes. I saw other people do it online. And this was 13 years ago. And honestly, man, I just posted on Instagram, Facebook groups. And from there, it quickly turned from just a hobby into a business. And after about a year or so, left college to pursue it full time. And I've been doing that full time for 11 years now, man.
And it looks like it looks like you're doing pretty well with it too. It looks like you've really kind of etched your name into stone in that business. And that's cool. I want to ask you. You don't have to tell me how much it is or anything, but what's your holy grail in your sneaker collection?
So I have a pair of the Nike Air Yeezy 2s, which are, to me, just one of the most iconic silhouettes of all time. That's like my most, exclusive rare shoe. My favorite shoe of all time would just be the Jordan 3 Black Cements. Nothing will ever top that, in my opinion. I love the Jordan 3s, but in terms of my collection, the Yeezy 2s are way up there.
Hell yeah. I saw an episode. Obviously, everybody we know, Pawn Stars is, it is what it is. But that guy that had the shoe collection.
Chumlee, yeah.
Yeah. And there was an episode where Chumlee was trying to get Rick to buy this dude's Nike collection. I think it was Nike. It was a shoe collection that was valued at like over $1 million.
It's insane, man. It's insane.
And I was just like, as somebody like you, like, I mean, that would probably be insane, right?
Oh,
like,
man,
to have some of those shoes.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's something that I've been into for 20 years now, and just following it and seeing what it's become, and it's becoming so much more mainstream, which is really cool. But I mean, yeah, man, some people's collections that actually have shoes from when Jordan played and stuff. And I mean, of course, these things aren't even wearable nowadays, but to still have them, that even with the soles crumbled, it's so cool. And that's something that I would love to have as I expand out my collection too.
Yeah. I gotta just ask you, do you have a white whale that you don't have yet, that you are like, before I die, I'm going to get this?
Yeah, probably just having a 1985 Jordan 1, something that was from the original run of when Micah released the first shoe. I mean, like I said, all of those nowadays, unless they've been sealed and oxidized so that they don't get destroyed with the oxygen in the air, almost all of them will have the soles crumbled and whatnot by now, since it's coming up on 40 years here soon. But man, I would just love to have one of those, dude.
How much do those go for?
Gosh, I don't even know, man. More
the kids' college fund.
Yeah, you're not kidding, man. You're not kidding. You are not kidding.
Wow. Yeah,
you get a kick out of this, Nick. I did. He's not with you guys anymore, but Eric Ebron, when he was with you guys for a couple years, I did his cleats every week.
Shit.
Yeah, so a lot of these guys, they get new cleats every single week. And
you were, I know the guy that does TJ's. TJ Watt. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, like, I know of him. I don't know him personally, but like,
sure
I
you've
know
seen
of
it pop up. Yeah. So
yeah, he posts them every week on game days of TJ's cleats for the week.
Yeah. So
you did Ebron's?
Yeah, I did Ebron. So I started working with him when he was a rookie in Detroit, and he played 8 years in the league. He didn't play last year.
Yep.
But yeah, man, I did every single week for 8 years with him, man.
Wow, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is seriously super cool. I had no idea. Like, I mean, that right there should tell you that you're doing something right in your profession. You know, NFL players want you to customize their cleats. That's pretty sick.
Cool. It's pretty cool, man. There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
I mean, I got to ask you, Dylan, you got a wife, so maybe you could just use her as the excuse, but you going to see Barbie?
Oh, of course, man. Of course.
Yeah.
She's going to go. She's excited to see it. She just got some of the merch, I think, from Walmart. She got a little sweatsuit. And then I have a 1.5-year-old daughter. She found something for her at Target, I think, man. So the 1.5-year-old's not going to be ready to sit through a non-cartoon movie, but she'll have some of the Barbie merch to remember nonetheless.
I mean, I would assume did your wife grow up playing with Barbies?
Yeah, not an insane amount, but just, such a cultural thing for our age, man.
I mean, I never played with one myself, and I want to see the movie, right? Because it's Barbie. Everybody knows Barbie.
Let me ask you a question, Nick. Let me take yourself back 24 months ago or so, whenever we heard about this.
Yes.
What's your first reaction to hearing Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling?
Margot Robbie, I was like, anything you do, I'll watch because you're beautiful. But Ryan Gosling, I was like, huh? But I'll even take it back further. When they announced a live action Barbie movie, I was like, what? How are you even going to do that? Like, how's that going to make sense? And then watching the trailers, I'm like, oh, wow, that actually looks like it could be kind of fun.
Yeah, totally plays.
Yeah. So I agree. Like, how about you? When they first announced it, were you the same way? Were you like, what?
I was like, how on earth is this going to translate? You know what I mean? Especially because I wasn't familiar with any of Greta Gerwig's work. But I said, look, in Margot Robbie, we trust. I mean, pretty much everything she does is damn good. And Ryan Gosling, I'm a fan of some of his stuff. That one rom-com he did, what's it called? The one with the guy from The Office and Emma Stone. Is it called Crazy Stupid Love? Is that the name of it?
Yes. That's a really good movie.
Great.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's not a ton of movies I've loved Ryan Gosling in, but like he's great in that one. And in that one, he's kind of playing a Ken-ish almost, like
yes.
you know.
And I got to tell you the truth, Dylan, and to anybody else watching, I am not afraid to admit this. I'm a fan of The Notebook, and I think he's great in The Notebook. The Notebook, I'm not big into those kinds of movies, but The Notebook is one of those movies that, like, I feel like if you say it's bad, you're lying to yourself because like it's not a bad movie.
Sure.
And he's really good in that movie. So yeah, it was weird because you don't think of Ryan Gosling when you think of Ken.
Let me ask you another one.
Physically.
Let me ask you another one. Remove Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie. Recast it today. You're the casting director.
Oh,
throw two in there.
Okay, for Ken, I'm going either Zac Efron.
Okay.
Or just bias for me, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds would be funny.
Oh yeah, he'd be hilarious. And then for Barbie, my goodness. I really do think Margot is perfect casting, but I gotta think of someone. I mean, what about you? Do you have anybody top of mind that if it wasn't going to be Margot?
Yeah, I do. I just talked through this yesterday with my wife, funny enough. And as we were going back and forth, you know the guy from Top Gun, Maverick last year, Glenn Powell?
Mm-hmm.
I think he could pass as Ken.
Oh, he could.
And Sydney Sweeney, and they're doing a movie together. Look, that could almost pass as a Barbie and Ken.
Okay.
You got to figure out the heights and whatnot. And
I hear you.
Sydney Sweeney, maybe, I don't know. But Glenn Powell, I was like, I could see him working as Ken.
See, the thing about Ken is like, I feel like Ken would be so much easier to cast than Barbie. Like Barbie she's so iconic that it's just like, I don't know. I wanted to ask you too. Oh my God. T. Parker Evans says Samara Weaving as Barbie. Yes. I would be down for that.
Sign me up.
Yes. Because Anya Taylor-Joy as Barbie. She could do it too.
Yeah.
Miles Teller as Ken is a good one too. Miles Teller is yes. And believe me, it's so funny too, because Miles Teller really grew into a handsome dude. Mm-hmm. Like when he was younger, he was kind of odd looking, but he really, bloomed him, bloomed.
Him in Project X.
Oh yeah. No, I remember. And what was it? 21 and over?
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah. Okay. Drive is phenomenal. You're absolutely right, Ken. What's up, Mid-Level Media? Yes, he is great in Drive. I have not seen Lars and the Real Girl. Have you seen that, Dylan?
I haven't seen that one. No.
What genre are we talking here? What is Lars and the Real Girl?
I haven't heard of that one.
I mean, because Ryan Gosling, you consider me intrigued for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, damn. All right. Well, then what about Oppenheimer? Are you going to check out Oppenheimer?
Dude, if it has anything in Christopher Nolan, we trust too, man. Like I saw Tenet. I kid you not. If you asked me when I walked outside of the movie, say one sentence about that movie, I wouldn't have been able to tell you a single thing. But in Christopher Nolan, we trust, man. After the Batman trilogy and Inception, Interstellar, like I'm there for the ride, man.
Yes.
I'm there for the ride.
Yeah. Did you see the photo that got posted? I think it was yesterday of the 11-mile long IMAX print.
Crazy, man.
That's insane.
Crazy, dude.
And I didn't even know how long they normally are. My buddy Brandon was like, they're usually, for like big action movies or whatever, like a mile to 3 miles long sometimes in film.
Wow.
But 11 miles long.
So is it not just like the length of the movie, like 1 mile equals 30 minutes of runtime or something like that?
No, I think it all has to do with like frames per second and shots used and whatnot. Yes. So I think that, and look, I'm going to tell you, I'm sure you're probably going to do this. I have never seen a movie in IMAX before in my life, but I am changing that with Oppenheimer because Nolan and everybody involved has said, you have got to see this in IMAX.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, how much different is the IMAX experience?
Dude, it's kick-ass. I've seen some great movies in IMAX. I saw The Dark Knight in IMAX. I saw Man of Steel in IMAX. We have a few good ones here. I'm in Chicago. I'm not too far from the city. And we've got some kick-ass ones, man. I think it's worth it for sure for a spectacle like this, especially just some of these explosions. Who knows if that's going to be all throughout the movie or just at the end or whatever, but I'm sure that'll be worth the price of admission alone, man.
Yeah, and hey, Dallas's comment is perfect. If I don't go blind from the new IMAX, I want my money back. And I'm telling you, dude, somebody asked us at the very beginning before the stream started, so I want to address it right now. Barbie's going to do more money than Oppenheimer. I mean, Barbie is Barbie, but I'm telling you right now, for all the people that have been hoping and praying for the box office's downfall since the start of COVID, I'm just going to let you know that this month, you're going to see two movies make a shitload of money. And it's going to be three. Barbie, Mission Impossible, and Oppenheimer. And after these three movies come out and make a killing, I don't want to hear those takes anymore about how theatrical business is dead. Theatrical business is not dead. People just don't. What do you think? Because I personally think people are just getting more selective about what they go out to pay money to see. That's what I think.
Absolutely, man. Especially like some of the, there was a lot of talk about last month with some of that Pixar release. I think Elemental. People are just saying like, look, it cost me $100 to take a family of four. I'm just going to see it on Disney Plus in a month or whatever. You know what I mean?
But even then, man, movies, Elemental is proving to have really strong legs at the box office.
Oh, it's still doing good?
Its legs, like it didn't open well, but its legs have been really, really good. Like it broke 200 million worldwide yesterday. Wow. It's not going to end up being profitable for Pixar, but it might get them to the point where it maybe doesn't lose them much money at all, which for original IP that opened really low, that's good. Mm-hmm. But like, I'm hearing these just corny ass takes about, because Indiana Jones, for example, I haven't seen Indiana Jones, but I can just tell you, the reason that movie didn't do super well is how many people wanted a fifth Indy movie?
No.
Yeah. Did you see it?
No, I haven't, man. I don't really plan to, honestly.
Yeah, me neither.
When it drops on streaming or whatever,
Yeah, me neither. And honestly, like you're gonna be hard pressed to find me going out to see an 81-year-old Harrison Ford in his fifth Indiana Jones movie. Just Indy's not Star Wars. Come on. No. Like it's not. And Disney put over $300 million into that movie, and
just insane, man.
Yeah, but
just insane.
I think Barbie's gonna do over 100 million opening weekend domestically. I think Oppenheimer's probably gonna do like 50. I think that Mission Impossible is gonna do over 100. I think Mission Impossible will end up making $1 billion worldwide when it's all said and done. The first Mission Impossible movie to do so, by the way.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Fallout was 900 million. That was the highest. But Tom Cruise, he's hot right now after Top Gun, man.
Oh yeah, I hope all three of these just blow the doors off, man.
Do you plan on seeing Mission Impossible?
Yeah, I'm gonna see Mission Impossible. I think I gotta see. I need to do a rewatch of them because the first few I haven't seen in years. So just so I can, I love to do that when it's been a while. Yeah, I know, man. It's with two, you just can't help but think of the scene in Scary Movie 2, too. I think it might be in one of the deleted scenes. I can't remember if it's in the movie or deleted scenes, but they make fun of that in Scary Movie 2.
And look, Mission Impossible 2 is not a bad movie. It's a bad Mission Impossible movie, though. Yeah. And that's the thing. And I think that Mission Impossible continues to get better and better as it goes on. And the reviews for Dead Reckoning Part 1, it's got a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes with over 100 critic reviews.
There's not that many franchises that really do that continue to get better as they go on,
No.
It's pretty damn cool.
And that's a testament to Tom Cruise. It's a testament to Christopher McQuarrie, the director. I mean, hell yeah. I am all for it. It's crazy, dude. I was thinking about this the other day. Over the span of the next, today's Saturday, 12 days, if I include Insidious, over a 2-week span, I'll be at the theaters 4 times.
Damn.
4 times.
I just went 3 days in a row. I did. I finally saw The Boogeyman. I finally saw The Flash yesterday with my son, and then today that No Hard Feelings movie. So I did 3 days.
What do you think of The Boogeyman?
The Boogeyman I thought was pretty solid, man. You know what I mean? Like overall, just a perfectly solid movie. Nothing classic. Not going to be remembered forever, but I didn't walk out upset in any way. You know what I mean? I like that actress, the Sophie Thatcher. I don't think I've heard you say if you watch the show Yellow Jackets.
I have not. I know she's in it, but I'm going to tell you she was the best part of The Boogeyman.
For sure. And she's one of the best parts of Yellow Jackets, in my opinion. She's great in that show. So I was excited to check that out for her. And and then The Flash was I agree with most people. I had fun. I went in knowing like the CGI was going to be whatever, and I just a fun popcorn superhero movie, you know.
And I got to tell you, man, you really need to see Transformers.
I know. I need to.
I saw it twice, and although I have a soft spot for all the Transformers movies, I'm a Transformers fan. But I can tell you, this is one of the good ones.
That's
like,
awesome.
Objectively, it's one of the good ones. Like,
That's
if
awesome.
I'll never sit here and tell you Transformers: The Last Night is a good Transformers movie. I have fun with it, but it's not a very good movie. This is one of the good ones. And by the way, guys, I want to let you know I just dropped the link in the chat for anybody that wants to come on and join the conversation. Okay, so you no longer have to be a patron. Patrons first come, first serve. Now, whoever the hell wants to come on, and Dylan, you don't have to go anywhere if you don't want to, brother.
For sure.
I got all night.
For sure.
I want to. So I'm trying to think. So I haven't seen The Blackening, Sam. I haven't seen it, but Rudy said it was funny. I believe Rudy said it was funny.
Heard good things.
Yeah.
Good things.
Yeah. So I'm sure I definitely will check it out when it comes out to streaming for sure.
I think Mike from Wham liked it.
Oh yeah. Yep. He hated Insidious.
Man, I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed.
He and Lee both hated it.
Man, I think Cody Leach did too.
I didn't watch Cody's review. Yeah, did he hate it?
Yeah, he just said that it was, just a pointless entry, basically.
I'll disagree with that.
Down.
I'm not going to get into spoilers, guys. You know me, but I will disagree with that. It has a point because it does tie a bow on the Darth Maul demon and the Lambert family. It wasn't pointless.
I'm glad nobody's saying anything bad about Patrick Wilson.
Oh no!
In terms of directing,
he can direct
and everything,
Yeah, so he can direct.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, and Ken, I'm glad to hear that you liked Rise of the Beasts. I am, because you are a man I would consider of some refined taste sometimes, and I say that because you didn't like Halloween Ends. And I mean that as a compliment. So to hear that you liked Rise of the Beasts is, hey, there you go, Dylan. It's good. It is a good Transformers movie. I really do think it's a good movie. Oh yeah, Rudy saw Cody short.
That first Transformers movie, man, that's easily like in my top 10 most rewatched movies of all time, dude. That first one is so damn good.
Oh yeah.
Love
Love
it, man.
Ken, you were a Beast Wars kid, so how did you feel about how they dealt with the Maximals? Because I've seen some differing things. Some people were like there wasn't enough of them. I liked it personally. I wasn't a Beast Wars kid, so maybe that was I don't think that was my era. You're a little bit older than me, Ken. I don't know. I can't remember when that came out, when that was popular. So was that the 90s? I am a 90s kid. Anyway. But yeah, if you get a chance, check out Insidious, man. Just because are you a fan of any of the movies?
I am. I hadn't seen 3 or 4. I just watched them this week in lead up for the movie. I like 3 and 4. There's no bad entries in my opinion so far. I haven't seen 5 yet. But I like them all,
I actually think that The Last Key is super underrated. I think that movie's really solid.
Yeah, I liked it, man. I liked it.
Hell yeah. Man, I'll tell you what. We're looking at how long is Barbie? Someone tell me. Actually, now that I use my computer again, let's find out. Barbie runtime. Come on, let's find out. Hour and 54 minutes. Okay, so Barbie is almost 2 hours long, and Oppenheimer is 3 hours long.
It's a long day at the movies.
I'm going to be a trooper, man. I'm going to see them back to back.
Yeah.
And that's going to be with previews, probably about 6 hours in the theater.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Yeah.
It's a long day.
I'm here for it, brother. I am here for it. I've also thought about going dressed up like this with my Barbenheimer shirt, of course, too.
Do it.
And doing one of those, TikTok shorts of being like, 1 ticket, please. To what movie? Just, I really thought about doing that.
Do it, man.
Like I said, when I went to Party City, I put this stuff on the counter, and the girl put her hand over her mouth, and she went, "Oh my God, Barbenheimer!" And I was like, "Yeah, you got it.
Man, that's
you
funny.
got it.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Man.
No, dude, I don't know what it is. Like you said, when they announced this movie, there was nothing in me that was like, I've got to see Barbie.
Right.
Like nothing. And then the trailers came out, and then like more promotional stuff came out, and I was like, son of a bitch, this actually looks good. And you know, the funniest, the best part for me was that first trailer. I think it was the first trailer. No, I think it was the second trailer, but where they had the ending part where they're talking about having a beach off and they're saying, I'm going to beat you off
or whatever. Yeah.
Dude, I was like,
yeah,
this is kind of raunchy.
Right. Perfect ending clip for a trailer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, guys, I want to let everybody know, if you may not know this, Barbie officially has one F-bomb in it. That's right. It is a PG-13 movie, which means you're allowed one F-bomb. Sometimes two, depending on how much other stuff you have in your movie. And I am happy to tell you guys that the F-bomb survived the MPAA. It is in the final cut of the movie. I don't know where, but let's ask the audience right now. Who says the F-bomb? My vote is Will Ferrell.
Maybe deadpan Michael Cera I could kind of see dropping one.
Okay. Yeah, Michael Cera. Wow. I know it's not going to be Margot Robbie. There's no way they're giving Barbie the F-bomb.
Nah, not for all the little girls.
No.
So
you said you're not going to take your 1.5-year-old?
No, man. She's not ready. She's not ready to sit through yet. I don't think so, man.
My son's 3.5, and he's still not really ready.
Yeah.
When I took him to see Mario, he was good for about an hour, and then the last half hour, he was kind of restless in his seat.
That's how it goes, man. Yeah. Mine was talking to, I took my son to the Flash last night, and he was talking to hopping over the seats with a kid in the road next to him. He's just starting to become really good at making friends with anybody he sees his age. So they're running around during the movie having fun.
Hey, Flinner, I am super pumped for Mission Impossible. That comes out Tuesday, doesn't it? Yeah, because Tom Cruise got that date moved up for the premium screens. Yeah, I think that comes out Tuesday. Damn. Oh my God. I'm gonna have my kid Tuesday. No.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it comes out Tuesday. That's wild. That is wild. Well, I mean, me personally, I think Mission Impossible Fallout is the best Mission Impossible movie.
I think so too, man.
And I'm just like, how is the 6th movie the best movie?
I know. That's crazy, man.
How?
That's crazy.
Tom Cruise, man, and he's 61.
Dude. Unreal, man. Unreal. Did you get to see Top Gun in theaters?
No. I caught it on Paramount Plus, and that was because, believe it or not, I was really happy to see it do so well. It was really good just for the theatrical landscape and as a whole. Yeah. But I hadn't seen the first movie since my childhood. Yeah. So there was like nothing that was like, I have to go see it. But my brother, he went and saw it on like a date with a girl, and he came back and he was like, bro, it was actually really good. And he's never even seen the first one. So I was like, okay, when it comes out on Paramount Plus, I'll watch it. And I liked it a lot. I thought it was awesome. Like I really, Tom Cruise, yet again, second year in a row, he's going to be the savior of cinema at the box office in summertime, because so far a lot of these movies have underperformed. Also, let me just say, The Flash underperformed because everybody knows the DCU's done and they're rebooting it. So nobody cared. And it's, yeah. I mean, to say that it was any other reason from that, there are also other factors, Ezra being a nutcase and all that. But the biggest reason, I think, is when you tell people, hey, you may love this movie, but it doesn't matter because we're not doing anything after this. Then people are like, then why do I need to go see it? So,
stuff's weird when you have this huge budget movie and you can't even have your lead star promote it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
just asking for trouble.
Yeah, I know. We got another person. Let's come on in here. DJ.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, what's up?
Howdy, man.
What's up?
Nick, hey. I got to hop off. I got to put the kids to bed. All right, buddy?
I'll be good, Dylan. In. Thank you for stopping by, man.
Absolutely. Talk with you soon, man.
Hey, see ya.
Good night, everybody.
DJ.
What's up?
Are you Dallas?
No, I am film positive, actually.
All right. Hey, film positive. I want you to tell me what it is about Insidious, because you said you really dug it. And I want to hear the perspective of somebody that really dug it.
Okay. So basically, like, when I was watching the movie, I was immediately into the vibe of it. I was really liking the fact that it was taking its time with all the scares and everything. But more so than that, I really enjoyed the fact that like Patrick Wilson really focused on the relationship between his character and his son's character, because that to me was like the emotional heart of the movie. And whenever it got to the finale, whenever they finally like get over their shared trauma that they have together and they like embrace each other, like I was literally like crying. Like it really got to me.
I got to tell you, that definitely hits you. It definitely hits you. If you're a fan of those first two movies, the ending of this movie is really gonna it'll make you get in your feels. And if it doesn't, I don't know if you have a heart. I want to ask, I mean, as somebody that liked it and is a fan of the movies, are you cool with this being the end? Like if they were like, we're not doing another one, would you be cool with it?
I'd be totally fine. I mean, they literally closed the door on their story, so I mean, that was really beautiful, like imagery too, like with him literally like painting over the door and everything. I love that. I love the themes of it so much, and I will agree with some people, like, you know, the scares aren't as scary this time. That's just going to happen with sequels, and it's not like. I didn't think it was that big of a deal because I didn't expect it to be, with it being the fifth one, you know, but I felt like there was still tension there, you know, there was still some good stuff.
I just feel like the trailer ruined some of that, like the MRI scene. That should not have been in the trailer. It just shouldn't have been.
See the trailer.
Okay, so you got lucky. Yeah, they showed that MRI scene in the trailer, and I was like, damn it. Like
that sucks. That was one of my favorite parts too.
Yeah, because when he's in the MRI, I know what's about to happen because I watched the trailer. So I'm like, if I hadn't seen the trailer or you didn't put this in the trailer, you probably could have got me. I want to say to your point though, and to anybody else that felt similar ways about Insidious, positive or negative, Patrick Wilson did an interview with the Boo Crew podcast, which is one of Bloody Disgusting's podcasts, and it's a great podcast. And he said he intentionally made an effort to make this movie more character-centric and less scare-centric. So, like, I don't think it was a bad decision. You know, that was never my point, because it's handled really well. I just didn't expect it from Insidious. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these movies are really about the spooky ghost angle of things. And this movie made a concerted effort to not be about that. Yeah. So I was kind of like, it's different. And maybe this is a movie that's going to grow on me over time now that I've seen it and I know what to expect. But I will say, I hope can you agree with me that they underutilized Lipstick Face?
I'll agree with that. I will.
There needed to be more, man. That's the big bad of the series.
Yeah, I like he was in it like towards the end and stuff, but like I feel like they could have done like maybe elongated like one of his scare scenes or something, just done something there, you know? Yeah, I agree with that.
So like, but minor gripe. By the way, thank you, Katrina. God, sorry, I'm dumb. I'm not reading. Right. Thank you, Katrina, for your $3 super sticker. I appreciate that. And Colby with a $2 super chat. What's up, Nick? Sin and love, Brody. Keep up the fire. Hey. I appreciate that. I did my X trilogy video today, and that thing like tanked. And I was really bummed because I put a lot of time into that one. Put a lot of time into that one. So I'm proud of it. If you guys haven't watched my X trilogy video yet, please watch it. It's up on my channel now. Thank you for the chat, Colby. All right, so I got to ask you. I've been asking everybody that's coming on, so I'm asking you too. Barbie, Oppenheimer, where we at?
I am looking forward to both, but I'm slightly more excited for Barbie because I did end up seeing the trailer twice before like two other movies, and I've seen the Oppenheimer trailer like at least 20 times by now.
It plays before every movie.
Yeah, it plays before every. I literally saw them back to back before something I saw last week. It was ridiculous, but Oppenheimer, I know I'm going to get something good. I already know that going in. Like, I've liked all of the director's previous movies to various extents, haven't disliked a single one. So I already know I'm going to get the goods. Barbie, I had no expectations for. And then I saw the trailer and I was like, what? And then I saw it was Greta Gerwig worked on it along with her husband. His name's escaping me now, but he makes a bunch of movies you would not associate with Barbie. And that's what got me intrigued, because I was like, okay, well, you got some smart, really good, awesome filmmakers behind this. And then the trailer just had me laughing. So,
and on top of that, it's PG-13. So
I didn't know that until just now. Yeah,
it's not going to skew too much towards the kids, which is good because I think you got to bring some adults in here too. You have to. Okay, so over under. I'm going to ask you the tough question. I haven't asked anybody else this question tonight, but you're getting it. All right,
Okay.
Barbie. When it's all said and done, does it make $1 billion worldwide?
I will say, if it doesn't make a full billion, it's gonna get super close, like somewhere from like 8 to 900 million for sure.
I'm going to agree. I don't know if it'll get there yet. I think it all. God, these headphones, man. This damn hat. It all depends on what the opening weekend is. And box office tracking right now has it doing 80 to 100 domestically opening weekend. I don't know how Barbie plays overseas. I don't know how popular it is overseas, so I can't speak to that.
I bet it'll do good in like Germany and places like that.
Yeah. And if it's, I don't think it's been banned from China. It'll probably do well in China. If I had to guess, it's going to do over 100 million domestic opening weekend. I think the box office tracking is lower than what it's going to end up doing. They had Insidious tracking to do 20, and it's going to do over 30 this weekend. And it's going to beat Indiana Jones in Indy's only its second week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did see Indy, by the way, and it was like this. I hadn't heard of this term until I saw you put in your video, but I feel like Indiana Jones, the new one for me, was mid. Like super mid, though. Like
that's the thing. It's not even my term, but the kid, the kids say mid nowadays, and I'm almost 30, so I'm no longer a kid. But I was like, you know what? It's kind of mid. Like, hey, the kids are right. It's middle of the road, and I haven't seen Indy, but everybody I've talked to that saw it, I have not heard from one person that was like, I absolutely loved it. No,
I haven't either. Yeah,
people are like, it was fine, and I'm sorry if you're gonna revive an old franchise, you shouldn't walk away going it was fine. I think,
like, just the fact that it didn't take any risk whatsoever. I think that's why it came out so mid. I mean, look at Crystal Skull. Like, people can hate that movie. People can say stuff about it or love it or whatever, but it took risks. Like,
yes,
especially in the second half.
Crystal Skull.
You can't say that about this new one.
Crystal Skull is nowhere near as bad as people make it out to be.
I think the first half of that movie is solid. I think the second half makes some weird choices that I didn't agree with, but the first half was solid.
You're not a fan of the aliens?
I'm okay with him being with aliens. It's just all the character stuff they threw in there and like shoehorning in certain people and the
is Shia? I can't remember. Was Shia his son?
Yes, Mutt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any mention of him in the fifth movie?
There's a mention. He never appears on screen, but they mention him, and that should kind of give away right there what they did to his character. So off screen.
Okay. Wow. I was wondering if they were just going to ignore. I mean, are there any through lines from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? Like, do they?
Yes, but when they mention that he's off screen and his reasonings for not being in the movie, that ties into why Marion's not with him throughout this whole movie, but she is in it for a bit. So.
Okay. All right. Christina, I see you in the live chat saying you're not going to go see Barbie. And I'm just going to tell you right now, you're missing out on cinema. Okay.
Yes.
Cinema. I'm telling you right now, everybody and their mother's going to go see Barbie. You got to see Barbie. I never touched well, that's not true. I did touch Barbie dolls because I had sisters. But I would not do kid-friendly things with them. I'd burn them, break them because I was a hoodlum. Yeah. But I never played with Barbies. I guess you could call that playing with Barbies in a way. I don't know. Anyway, and I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna go see it. So I gotta ask you, man. Are you gonna do? I know this is a lot to ask of people, but are you gonna try to do the double feature same day?
Hell yeah. On my day off work, I've already got it planned out. I know what day it's gonna be. I'm gonna watch it that Thursday, both of them.
And what are you seeing first? I'll tell you what they said. They said you should do Oppenheimer first because by the time Oppenheimer's over, you're going to be like depressed. So you're going to want to watch something that'll be a pick-me-up.
I probably will do it that way. It just depends how the show times at my local theater work out. So
yeah, see, I'm not off on that Thursday, but I'll be off around 4. So I'm going to go straight from work to the theater. I probably won't get home from the theater till like 11 o'clock, but you know what? I don't care. Barbenheimer.
I'm going to do it too.
Got to do it. What about Mission Impossible? You going to check that out?
I have my ticket for Monday in the IMAX already.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. If it comes out Tuesday, that means preview shows are Monday, and I don't have my
Yep.
son, so I could go see it Monday.
Exactly.
There you go, big brain right there. I didn't even think about that. I'm sure you've told me in a comment before, but so many people have told me what they thought about it so many times that it's kind of all just gone in one ear and out the other at this point. Thoughts on Halloween Ends?
Oh, I have left a few comments on some of your videos about it, but I am with you all the way on Halloween Ends. It's in my top 5 of the entire series. I think I had it at number 5 maybe, but I've seen it at least 3 times now. I just love, kind of like the same with Insidious, I love the unexpected nature of the story. The story was more, it resonated with me more in Ends. I liked 18 when I saw it, but I started to like it less and less over time because I was like, it's just another one of those like retreads of the old stuff. And then Kills was fun, but it was just, like it didn't really offer much besides being fun. But Ends, like I loved Corey Cunningham. I loved his whole story, how he went from where he was to becoming the evil. I thought that whole story, if they would have been able to work Michael into it more, they could have made that like Halloween 2018. And I would have thought it was like one of the best ones.
Hey, look, all I'm going to say is this MF spitting, okay? Because I am so glad to come across another Halloween Ends lover. We got a question. Are you going to be getting the Atom Bomb popcorn bucket? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, I think the AMC near me, I've got like 3 or 4 theaters like near me that I can go to. I'm like 10 minutes away from every one of them. And I think the AMC has that one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that sounds like an AMC thing.
Yeah.
If I see it, maybe, but I got to ask, is Barbie competing? Do they have a popcorn bucket?
I don't know.
Because
I have some friends that work at the theater. I could just call them up tomorrow.
Yeah, find out if they're doing that, because I might get a Barbie one. Dead ass serious. Blu-ray Addict, did you see Jennifer Garner's coming back as Elektra in Deadpool 3? I did.
What?
And yes.
What?
Jennifer Garner's back as Elektra, and Ben
Affleck back as Daredevil?
Yes, Ben Affleck is. That hasn't been officially announced by the trades, but all the scoopers have said yes, he is.
Dude, I gotta see this movie now. I was already gonna see it anyways, but I mean, like, I have to see it like immediately.
Yep, yeah.
I'm a fan of the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. I will never champion it, say that it's like great or even that good, but I've seen it so many times, like it's burned into my brain.
Patrick Stewart's in it too. They said that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They said Deadpool 3 is going to basically be like the No Way Home for like Deadpool. Like it's just going to be multiverses colliding, all these different characters from different movies, and I'm here for it.
If they could get the OG Fantastic Four, like Jessica Alba and all them, then it would just be a done deal. I'd be like, this is the greatest thing ever.
I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't put it past them. I would not put it past them. I mean, at this point, I could see anybody and everybody who's ever been in a Marvel property being in this movie.
And Deadpool's just there to like skewer every single one of them.
And I saw an insider. He was like, I hope that Marvel just says screw it and they named this movie Deadpool No Way Home. And I was like, dude, that would be hilarious. Like at this point, screw it. Screw it. Do it. Deadpool No Way Home. Yes, I am literally all for it. Did you see the new suit?
I did not. No. Like I try to stay away. I even said in a comment in this stream earlier how I try to stay away from everything with every movie that's coming out. Like I just find out little tidbits, like maybe who's directing it, who's starring in it, and then I just try to block out the noise.
It's not like it's just kind of like an updated look on the suit.
Oh yeah, that's not a spoiler. No.
Okay,
yeah.
so I'll show you all that if you haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, I want to see it.
That's what the suit's looking like.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, sorry. The ring light is like, oh, there we go.
That's perfect.
Yep.
Okay,
so that's Ryan Reynolds.
Actually,
that's Ryan Reynolds on the set filming Deadpool 3. Still looking like Ryan Reynolds.
What else? I did hear that Wolverine was in it. So.
Oh yeah. They did like a whole announcement video for that last year when they finally announced he was coming back. They were sitting on a couch together and
yeah, he's like walking up the steps. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know some people were upset about that. Dude, screw it.
That's
Screw
hilarious.
it. That is awesome. They've been doing this joke for years now. Like, just bring him in here. Screw it. Let's do it.
Oh, and you know they're gonna make him wear the yellow suit too.
At some point, they better,
Yeah.
or we riot. We riot in the streets. Hell yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Now we need to look at show times for Mission Impossible for Monday, because now I didn't even think about that. Okay. Okay. Let me ask you.
Mhm.
Where are you at on the Conjuring universe?
Oh, okay. So this is where I don't know anybody else that has the same opinion on the Conjuring movies I do, but I will say I agree with you wholeheartedly on Conjuring 1. That was one of my scariest movie theater experiences. Like, that was the first time I was in a movie theater and I actually yelled out loud in the theater because I was that scared. It was when the witch was on the wardrobe. That just, ugh.
Yeah.
Number 2, I feel like it's almost just as good. Like, I still prefer the first one because I feel like it's a bit more tighter. You know, I like it how it just gets to the scares, gets to the character, and then gets out. You know, but the second one has a lot of good character moments. You mentioned on a previous stream, it was the scene where Patrick Wilson was playing and singing Elvis as your favorite scene. And before you even said it, I was starting to type, "Oh, the scene where he sings Elvis," and then you said it. I was like, "Yes, that was the best scene."
Yes.
Which, did you notice in the new Insidious movie in the credits song? Did you notice that was Patrick Wilson singing the first 2 verses?
Yep.
I recognized his voice right away.
Yep. It's
And
the
Ghost.
Swedish band Ghost. Yep. With Patrick Wilson. He's a big fan, I guess. That was an unreleased song of theirs that they had. And he reached out to him, was like, let's do something for and by the way, that song is awesome. Downloaded it on my phone. I thought that was awesome. Well, I asked because I put this out on Twitter earlier, and I actually had somebody try to like argue with me a little bit and say I was wrong, which was funny because I was just literally repeating what Patrick Wilson said. Patrick Wilson obviously said this is it for the Lamberts for Insidious.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that The Conjuring Last Rites, the 4th one that they announced a few months back, is going to be the last mainline Conjuring movie.
Oh, okay.
And
I might have to watch the 3rd one now then.
Yeah, well, and some people were like, one guy was like, "There's no way that it's going to be the last mainline." And I'm like, dude, Patrick said that he literally said in the interview, I think the exact quote was like, "It'll be nice to kind of wrap this up, you know, as like the last one." And so like, and the movie's called The Conjuring Last Rites. So like,
well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's now the universe is not going to be done. They're still going to do their spinoffs and everything like that, but you're not going to make more mainline Conjuring universe movies if the guy that plays Ed Warren is done playing Ed Warren. So, you know, yeah. I do want to say, you haven't seen The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It?
Okay, so where I was getting with the whole Conjuring thing, big fan of the first 2, didn't see the 3rd one. I saw the first 2 Annabelles. First Annabelle, I just did not like whatsoever at all. Second Annabelle, solid movie.
Yes.
Because David Sandberg directing, that's why. But good movie. And then everything else I haven't seen. Okay. Oh, no, I saw The Nun. I completely forget that I see that movie some days because it's kind of forgettable to me. But
yeah, it's pretty mid.
I might watch the new one. They showed a quick teaser in front of the Insidious, and it was like super short, and I was like, okay, I might go see it. Yeah.
Well, they showed the full brand new trailer for me for The Nun 2 in front of Insidious. Oh. And I said this and I wholeheartedly agree. I think the trailer for The Nun 2 that just came out on Friday looks better, or on Thursday, looks better than the entire Nun, the first movie.
Okay.
Like, good. So I believe, and I put it to people this way. I hated Annabelle as well. I thought it was garbage for pretty much the entire thing. It was pretty bad. But they heard the criticism from people. They took it to heart, took a couple years off, got a new team, and made Annabelle Creation. And it was great. Okay? Yeah. So fast forward to The Nun. It did not do well with critics and audiences. It made a lot of money, but it was kind of trashed. Took a couple years off, got some new people behind the scenes to help work on the movie. I am confident that maybe they can rectify The Nun like they did Annabelle.
They could.
I'm going to check it out, definitely, but I still maintain to this day, Nothing in that universe comes close to The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2, except Annabelle Creation. That is the only one
Yes,
that
I
comes
agree.
close to touching those.
I agree, even though there's like 3 or 4 of them I haven't seen yet. But
And I promise, even after you watch them, you would still agree. And that includes The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. As much as I love the mainline Conjuring universe movies, I got to tell you something. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, it is nowhere near on the tier of the first 2 Conjuring movies. And it's because James Wan wasn't the director. I think that there was just this noticeable difference that just the whole movie, you're just like, this doesn't feel the same. And so while solid, it is a solid movie overall. It is not a bad movie. But when you compare it to the 2 that came before it, you're like, you're nothing compared to them. And that's just kind of the way it is, man. But I think you should watch it. It's on Max.
To watch.
I do think it's on Max, which is weird to say now because I was so used to saying HBO Max.
I forgot they rebranded. Yeah,
they did, and it's again still difficult for me to wrap my head around. I want to ask you, favorite Christopher Nolan movie?
Oh, okay. This is a tough one because there's a few that are. No, it's not tough. Never mind. It's Memento.
Okay.
I thought about that for a second. I was like, no, it's Memento. It's got to be. See, I got the Memento poster right there.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Does it get tough after that? Like second favorite?
It does get tough after that. It gets extremely tough because it's like splitting hairs because there's so many of them I equally love of his. I would say top 3 are probably Inception for sure because I think that's the one I've seen the most times besides Memento. And then I love The Prestige. Like, oh my gosh, The Prestige is so good. And probably Interstellar. I know it's not quite as popular as his other ones, but it just hits me in the feels. And it's the only one of his movies to ever do that to me. So
I have talked to people that have seen that saw Interstellar in IMAX, and they told me it was one of the best experiences they've ever had.
That whole like big long finale of the movie is entirely in IMAX, and it is glorious.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, then I'm surprised you didn't mention The Dark Knight. I really am.
I know because I've seen it a ton of times and I love it like everyone else, but I just have I have more of a personal attachment to those other movies, you know.
Okay,
especially
so
Memento.
Let me ask you then, what's up, Jaden? I'm glad to see you in here, my friend. Rocking my fishnets and my glasses, my Barbenheimer look. All right, deal with it. Gotta ask you, best Batman movie.
Ooh. Okay, well, that's really tough. Like, it's hard to pick a favorite, just like with the Nolan ones, because I mean, you got Begins and Dark Knight, and at least half of Dark Knight Rises is some of the best Batman stuff. And then you've also got the newest one, which blew me away. Like, a lot of the stuff in that movie was stuff that I had wanted to see in a Batman movie for like my whole life, basically, like the whole detective side of it and everything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Batman Mask of the Phantasm though.
Oh, wow. Okay.
because because that animated series was a staple in my childhood, watching it on reruns. I'm a 90s kid, so you know, but I watched that show religiously when I was a kid, and I've bought it on DVD, I bought it on Blu-ray, everything, and just that movie, because it got theatrical release.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to see it in the theater because it came out in like 93 maybe, and I was only like 3 years old. But yeah, I wish I would have seen that in the theater because that movie's just
well, Trekopedia here says Batman Begins is their favorite Nolan Batman movie, which you don't hear that a lot. You know, most people say The Dark Knight. I think like 99% of people, and I got to be honest with you, for over a decade, I had revered The Dark Knight as no Batman movie is ever going to touch this. I mean, it's just an incredible movie.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched it a few times now. I never thought I would get there. We were debating it at work yesterday. I was debating it with my employees. We had an open floor discussion. I got to tell you guys, I officially think The Batman is my favorite live action Batman movie. I really, really do. And
yeah, it's up there. Like I said, it's like neck and neck with Nolan's first two. Like I can't really and like
which part of The Dark Knight Rises do you like? Which half? First or second?
first half.
Okay, now what is it about the second half that you're like,
Well, because like I do okay, so I guess it's not really the first I guess it's everything up until he gets stuck down in that hole and has to climb back out. Like I love the whole symbolism of him, like, you know, getting broken and have to climb back out. Like that stuff's great. But like that whole giant finale from like that point to the ending, it felt like because the movie took its time getting there, it feels simultaneously rushed, but also at the same time like not fleshing out like all the character beats and stuff for me. Like the action's cool. I like the stuff that happens in it. Just it's not as impactful as the earlier half, the build up. The build up was more impactful for me than the release, I guess.
okay.
You know, not trying to be sexual or anything, but
You're good. You're good. Yeah, hey, on this channel, no holds barred. Mark says that Trekopedia, that's awesome. It is my favorite as well. And Mark says Mask of the Phantasm is the best. I still haven't seen it. I've never seen it. I know.
Yeah.
Throw your stones. But I will say, Mark, I want to ask you, do you think there is a possibility that if the Batman 2 is even better than the Batman, that you could get to a point where you eventually say Pattinson's the best Batman? Like, I want to know if you're open to the possibility, let's just say after the trilogy that Matt Reeves gets, if they are as good as the Batman, if not better, could you see yourself realistically going, okay, he's Batman. Like, that is Batman. Because me personally, I think I could get there. I really do. I love Robert Pattinson as an actor. I always have. And when they cast him, I was rooting for him so hard. When it was down to him and Nicholas Hoult, I was following the trades every day. I was like, please be Pattinson. Please be Pattinson. And when it was him, I was like, let's fucking go. I am hype. And I thought he was great. But as much as I loved him as an actor, I was like, let's see how this works, though. Like, let's see. Like, we need to see. Like, I don't want to get too high. And I loved him. He needs more work as Bruce Wayne. I'll agree, Blu-ray Addict. They did not give him enough screen time as Bruce Wayne. You're absolutely right. I think that was kind of the point because he prefers to be Batman more. He doesn't want to be Bruce Wayne. But I feel like as the trilogy goes on, we'll get to see more Bruce Wayne from him, and we'll be able to judge his Bruce Wayne better. But I want to know, you as the audience, if Pattinson's not your favorite yet, could you see, and I'm going to ask you directly, DJ, could you see him after his trilogy's done being like, okay, that's Batman?
Oh, easily, yeah. I loved his take on Batman. I love Matt Reeves' take on Batman. Like just every cast member, everything that happened story-wise, I was like, I'm loving this. That's why I find it so hard to pick between that and a couple of the Nolan movies as my favorite. But I will say the two Keaton Batmans still hold a special place in my heart because those were the first ones I ever saw, like movie-wise, whenever I was a kid. And I was like way too young to be watching, especially that second one, because that gets really freaking dark. But but yeah, I ate that stuff up. That one of my earliest memories is being like 4 years old at my cousin's house, and our entire family was watching Batman Returns, and a lot of us were watching it for the first time. And I just remember my aunt leaning over to my uncle right when the penguin bites that guy's nose and being like, should we be letting them watch this? Like,
well,
yeah,
I mean,
I love
did you see The Flash then?
Oh yeah, I commented on one of your videos. Actually, I am in the minority of I absolutely loved every second of that movie.
Yeah, I remember your comment. Yeah, you loved that movie. Yeah, so was it mainly Keaton? Did he just like drive it home for you that was like, I've needed this in my life?
So Keaton was amazing in it. I love what they did with his Batman. But if they would have had a different character or no character at all there, I still would have loved the movie regardless because of Ezra Miller's Flash, like his story. I loved his story so much because the Flashpoint is one of my favorite comic book stories ever. And I feel like with the limitations they had, they, did it justice. But at the same time, like, it was another one of those cases where by the time I got to the end and it scales back from the action and you get that scene where he has to say goodbye to his mom, like I was sobbing. I was crying so hard during that scene because I was just those lines they said back and forth to each other just really got to me. But it wouldn't have been that impactful had I not liked his character and enjoyed his journey up until then, which I did. I was laughing. I was having a good time. I got to see both Batmans do Batman stuff I've never seen them do in the movies before. Every scene hit for me. I don't know what it was, but I just loved every single second of that movie.
Hey, and look, I really enjoyed The Flash too. I gave it 4 stars. I mean, I thought it was, I thought it was a really good movie. I did. And it's a bummer that's the, I mean, Aquaman 2 still to come, but really that was the end of Snyder's DCEU and whatnot. Yeah. And for better or worse, I'm mixed on Snyder's vision as a whole. I thought too. Man of Steel was phenomenal. I loved that movie. I thought Batman vs Superman had great moments, but overall was just okay. Yeah, I mean, I was just, there's a lot about it I didn't like. There was a lot that I really did like, and I walked away from it, and I was just like, eh. And then Zack Snyder's Justice League, way too long, but but good. But good. It was good, but it was way too long.
It had more good parts than bad parts when comparing to his earlier ones. I will agree with you on that.
Oh yeah, and especially Justice League. Justice League. I mean, I thought Justice League was. I mean, as someone that wasn't emotionally invested, I was like, this isn't a good movie, but it's kind of fun at times. Like whatever. But you watch Zack Snyder's version, you're like, okay, this is way better. But it did not need to be over 4 hours, Zach.
Make it an hour shorter, and I think you got a solid enough movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, and so, but I see a lot of people in the chat right now talking about their Batman rankings and how much Keaton means to them, or Bale, or Conroy, and I just want to say, the fact that we're even having this conversation, one movie into Robert Pattinson's tenure as Batman should tell you that after a trilogy, a lot of your minds may be different. A lot of your opinions may be different after he gets a trilogy, because I don't know how many people on this planet walked away from Batman Begins and said, Christian Bale is my Batman. Probably not a lot. But after that trilogy was done, there are now a lot of people that say, that's my Batman. So give it some time. We'll see. I do have to say, how do you feel? And chat, please let me know as well too. How do you feel about? First of all, I think it's dumb to have Matt Reeves' universe go on while you also do Batman the Brave and the Bold, and you have 2 live action Batman at the same time. It just doesn't really make much sense to me. I would say hold off on that until Matt Reeves is done with his trilogy, personally, but not my decision. Would you want to see Pattinson's Batman integrated into the new DCU? Or are you cool with it? Like, no, stick in your own universe.
It just depends how they incorporate him, if they did. And I mean, I'm fine with him doing his own thing, because I'm with you all the way on the new Batman movie, because it seems like I was blown away. Absolutely loved it the first time I saw it. And I think I'm just loving it even more with each rewatch. But I space out my rewatches because the movie's long, because I like to soak it in whenever I watch it. But
watching the Batman is an experience.
It really is.
You really have to sit down and say, okay, phone, I'm not looking at you for 3 hours, because you really got to watch that movie. I've seen it 3 times now. I saw it twice in theaters, and I watched it on HBO Max not long after it came out on HBO Max. I've actually been thinking recently I need to go watch it again.
Me too.
And T. Parker, I agree with your comment. That's why I'm asking. Matt Reeves' universe seems way too realistic to incorporate into the new DCU.
Yeah.
But the reason that sucks is because I think Pattinson is perfectly cast as Batman. And I don't think whoever you cast in The Brave and the Bold is going to be as good as Pattinson. So it kind of sucks, because it's like, sure, this universe might not fit in the extended universe, but I kind of wish it did, because this Batman is a great Batman. And so how often are you going to hit home runs with Batman? You know what I mean? With casting. The
way I see it is everybody that's played Batman so far has just brought their own thing to the role, and like each Batman's movie that he's in is just a different flavor of Batman on top of that. So I feel like if they did do a different Batman simultaneously, it would just have to be very different. It would have to be its own thing, its own take on the character, different than not only Pattinson, but everything else we saw before that to make it stand out, you know?
Okay, Creasefold. Thank you, brother. I've got my Barbenheimer drip. You already know, man. These pink shades too. You know how we do it here. 2 weeks before Barbenheimer. I appreciate that super chat. I appreciate you always being in here, brother. Much love to you. I hope you are doing well. Yeah, no, I mean I agree. And to everybody talking about it in the chat, I know it's not going to happen, and I don't want it to happen either. And they're already saying that they're going to give Matt Reeves just kind of carte blanche to be like, you have your own Elseworlds universe. Do whatever you want with it. It won't be connected to DCU. You're going to have, you know, the Penguin TV show and whatnot. But so I'm cool with that. I'm just saying, I really, wouldn't it be awesome? Like Pattinson would have fit so well with Zack Snyder's version of Superman. I think they would have worked really well together. Henry Cavill and
so,
Pattinson.
yeah.
I've always felt that way. And I know a lot of people like Batfleck. I love Ben Affleck. I was very mixed on him as Batman. Like I didn't dislike him, but I didn't particularly like him. I was just fine with it. I would much rather the tone and style of the Batman with like Henry Cavill's Superman. I think that would have been like chef's kiss. Perfect, personally.
I think it would have worked out pretty well. Yeah. Especially if it was a Zack Snyder movie on top of that. Yeah.
I did not watch Adventures with Superman. That's is that
Adventures with Superman? Are you talking about like
apparently
the animated series?
It just dropped on Max.
Oh.
No, I didn't even hear about it. How do you feel about Andy Muschietti directing Brave and the Bold? I'm cool with it. It seems a little bit more in Andy's wheelhouse. I love what Andy does with character work. I think he's a really, really good director when it comes to character work and character development and stuff. And that shows in the It movies and even in the Flash. There's some great character work in the Flash. And but like everybody said, there at times is some CG in all of his movies that is just a little over the top. Even if he intends it to be, it's like even in the It movies, sometimes the CG is like that's a little over the top. Like, so maybe doing the Brave and the Bold where there will probably be less CG, but needs good character work. I think it's a good choice. I do.
I agree.
But again, I think they should wait to do that until after Matt Reeves' trilogy. But I know they're not going to. So.
Yeah. So which one's going to be the first one? Is it going to be the new Superman movie that's going to like kick it off?
Superman Legacy in June 2025.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah.
And I think
I'm
David
looking forward to
Cornsweet,
new Superman.
I think he's great. He's great. He's casted very well as Superman. I think that's perfect casting. And I'm open-minded to seeing how they do with that. I loved Henry Cavill, even though that universe as a whole. Too. Yeah, the universe as a whole was very mixed for me. I thought he was perfect in the role.
Oh yeah.
But I'm open-minded. You know, it's like things end. Like it's like with Spider-Man. I grew up with Toby. And so when that was
Toby's
done.
my Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, it's my childhood. And you know, they bring in this Andrew Garfield cat. And I'm like, what is this? You're already rebooting Spider-Man. Like, come on. I was actually like very against it. I was like, so I didn't see The Amazing Spider-Man in theaters. And I watched it after it came out on Blu-ray and I loved it. And so I saw The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in theaters. And all of a sudden I was like, I love Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. Holy crap. Like I love them both, Toby and Andrew. This is awesome. And I connected with Andrew because I was in high school when those movies came out. So like at least the first one. So like, oh, there was a moth. Wow. And so then when they rebooted again with Tom Holland, I was pissed. I mean, I was pissed because I was like, Andrew got 2 movies. Toby only got 3 movies. Both of them were great in the role. And you're going to reboot it again? Like again. And I got to say, I am still the best I can say about Tom Holland. Meh.
Oh,
whatever.
Okay.
He just doesn't do it for me. I'm not saying he's bad. I think his best role as Spider-Man was No Way Home. And I think it was because he had Toby and Andrew to work off of. Like, I think that really helped him. And
I liked how they brought them in as like the mentors, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin, what's up, my friend? If you've seen Insidious, let me know what you thought, Justin. Yeah, but overall, Tom, I'm just, whatever.
I've got like I halfway agree with you on that because like I think he's good enough in the role.
Yes,
but I feel
bad.
like the writing of his character in all the movies he's in is a little inconsistent. And that's why I don't consider him like a favorite Spider-Man. But I love Andrew's take on it, and he's probably my second favorite easily, just because like it's so apparent that he's having so much fun in the role.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that, and that enthusiasm just comes through. But Toby, he'll always be my Spider-Man.
Well, let me ask you then, what are your thoughts on Spider-Man 3?
Oh, Toby Spider-Man 3?
Mm-hmm.
My third favorite Spider-Man movie after the first two.
Okay, because I got to tell you, I've always loved Spider-Man 3. I think my live action Spider-Man ranking, I think my top 3 is Spider-Man 2, easily one of the best comic book movies I've ever seen, period.
Mm-hmm.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And either No Way Home or Spider-Man 3. It's one of those two, but I can't decide right now.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. No, I love The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Let me tell you something. I love that movie. I still think Spider-Man 2 is the best live-action Spider-Man movie, in my opinion. I just don't think it gets better than that. That is a perfect movie.
I agree.
I remember that movie. I mean, it blew people away. Like people that weren't even comic book movie fans. It's like The Dark Knight, where it's just you watch it and you're like, I'm not even a superhero movie fan, and this is amazing. Like, that's what Spider-Man 2 was. And Sam Raimi, man, you can't go wrong, dude. I love Sam Raimi. Like,
I love everything Sam Raimi does.
I still haven't seen Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, so I will tell you, it's kind of like these other new Marvel movies in Phase 4 where I really don't care for any of them, but like I like that one a little bit more than the rest just because Raimi's isms just kind of seep through the cracks, you know? Like there's moments where it's like, oh, that's an Evil Dead shot. You know, like he does like 5 different types of Evil Dead shots in the movie. I'm just like, oh, that's awesome. But
I saw in one of the trailers,
yeah,
there was in one of the trailers they had like a shot of Doctor Strange like looking like a zombie almost, and like I was like that's Evil Dead right there.
So like they go like what's her name? Scarlet Witch is technically the villain of the movie, and they do some scenes where she's like her hands doing this whole deal, and I'm like, oh, that's Evil Dead. And then the whole undead Doctor Strange, like he's literally puppeting the dead body of an alternate universe self of his from a different universe. So he's over in this universe and he's puppeting the dead body of the other alternate universe version of himself to go do stuff or whatever. It's insane, and it's the best part of the movie. But like it's a very uneven movie, but the horror parts of it are just so crazy that it kind of makes me like it.
I've got to watch it. I liked the first Doctor Strange.
And there's some legit deaths in the middle of it. I won't spoil it.
I heard the Scarlet Witch is a straight up murderer in that movie.
Okay, yeah. Well, that entire scene, the most
Fantastic Four
deaths.
Yeah.
Oh well, no,
not that one.
Well, one of the Fantastic Four, and then some other people. But yeah, it gets brutal. Like for PG-13, like you know, like knocking on the door, the R rating there. I was really shocked that they let that happen in a MCU movie.
That's Sam Raimi, brother. That's Sam Raimi. All right. Well, look, guys, we've gone over an hour and a half. I'm sweating in this damn thing. I need to take this off. DJ, I want to appreciate you coming on, brother. I see you in the chat. I see you commenting on my videos and stuff. I'm glad you decided to say, screw it. I'm going to grab this link. I'm going to hop on.
Yeah. I had nothing to do tonight.
I'd love to have you on again. You were definitely somebody that I enjoyed talking to. We seem to have some similar opinions. And I dig that.
Yeah, but we
So-
also have opposite opinions, like where it counts, though. So we're not
Yes.
always
yes.
the same. So
Yeah,
that's-
exactly.
I love that.
It makes it interesting. That's
Yeah.
how Christian and I are too. And I want to thank Dylan. I want to thank Katrina, and I want to thank Rudy as well for also hopping in. And to everybody watching, if you haven't left a like on the stream yet, please do. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. If you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, follow me. It's just the Lost River Drive-In. And most importantly, you guys have 11 or 12 days until Barbie and Oppenheimer, Barbenheimer, come together and cinema is at its peak. So this is my plea to all of you tonight. Go see Barbie. Go see Oppenheimer. Be a part of Barbenheimer. Be a part of cinema. You will be better for it, and so will the world. So I love you all. I thank you all for being here. This is Nick at the Lost River Drive-In, and I'm pulling out.